This is Eyewitness News.
Good evening, this is Curious Clarence from Channel 4 Nitwitness News, and we're following breaking news this evening, reporting live from a cheap motel in the sleepy little town of Bethlehem, a place that is still where we see thee lie. I don't know what that means, but someone ought to write a song about this little town of Bethlehem. But we're hearing reports this evening of an intrusion into this sleepy little town, and it seems to be centered here at this cheap motel behind me, around back, in the part usually reserved for the family animals, the outbuildings, where the sheep, the goats, the donkeys, and camels, and other domesticated animals are stored. We'd like to talk to the animals who are gathered here and find out what in the world is going on here. Mr. Cow, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here, Clarence. It's actually a miracle I'm still here. I thought I'd have to leave. It's getting a little crowded in here. There I was, minding my own business after a tough day of work, when these people came storming into my living quarters, my ado, my castle, my home, such as it is.
Yeah, that's right. I saw the whole thing. We were just settling in, had gotten the youngsters settled. They were almost asleep when these people, these humans, just kind of slid into the barn. Kind of sheepish, so to speak. No offense, Mr. Sheep.
None taken. It's a common phrase. I've gotten used to it.
The motel owner just brought them in, like we weren't even there. Just pushed us aside like we were a bunch of animals.
Yeah, I spent the whole day with them, and I needed a good night's sleep. You think it's easy carrying a woman who is definitely eating for two these days, if you know what I mean. Obviously pregnant. I'd carried her on my back, uphill and down, the whole day. I was tired, looking for a little shut-eye.
And before you know it, they're not only invading our space, but they're using it as a maternity ward.
You're kidding.
No, actually, that's my wife's job. There's our son over there. He's about 3 years old. A strapping young goat, don't you think?
No, I mean, you're not serious. They had a baby right there in front of you?
And they had the nerve to put that little shaver right there on the top of my supper. I was looking forward to a little midnight snack of hay. It was a good variety, Kentucky bluegrass, I believe, you know? Next thing I knew, there was a baby lying on top of my meal.
Why do you think they chose that place to have a baby?
The desk clerk said he was overbooked. It happens way too often with this guy. He's flooded with guests. I guess they had no other place to put them.
But you think that was odd. You should have seen what happened next.
Well, that's what we're here to find out. Seems like this birth attracted a lot of attention. Some more out-of-towners stopped by, we understand. More of these people?
Well, not exactly people. They called themselves angels. Not sure how to describe them. But they made some great music. Sang really nice four-part harmony, kind of like the Mennonites.
Yeah, there's like a heavenly host of them.
What's a heavenly host?
It means a lot of them, and they kept talking about this baby. On and on about how special he was.
And we're like, okay, get over it. I want to eat the hay he's sitting on. We're still hungry.
Actually, it was kind of impressive. They kept saying he was going to be a wonderful counselor, mighty God, everlasting Father, Prince of Peace.
Kind of a questionable career choice, if you ask me.
Yeah, not a lot of jobs in that field.
You think that was crazy? There we were trying to get our heads around what had just happened, and these shepherds barged in. We thought they were there to take care of us, but no. It was this baby they were looking for. They were convinced he was something special.
He must have been, because they were clearly impressed by him.
So if he was some kind of special person, how do you feel about letting them kind of take over your whole stable?
Well, I guess one night of chaos isn't so bad.
No, if this kid grows up to be what they say he is, I'm willing to give up a good meal, even though I'm still kind of hungry.
Yeah, it wasn't the kind of evening I was expecting, but then I'm used to hanging around commoners. Normal, everyday folks, crazy things happen. There must have been something about this place that attracted him and his parents. You'd think a king would be in a castle somewhere, but instead he was here with us, just regular folks.
Well, thank you for sharing this story with our viewers. It's certainly a story we'll be following for maybe 2,000 years or so. This is Curious Clarence reporting from beautiful downtown Bethlehem. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.